Hello and welcome to our summary of the European Parliament's latest plenary session here in Brussels. Now, on the 9th of May 1950, the French Foreign Minister Robert Schuman made what became known as the Schuman Declaration, a post-war model of reconciliation that became the blueprint for what is now the European Union. A couple of years ago, for the 60th anniversary of the Schuman Declaration, we made a special report which you can see on our website in the Milestones section. Today, the 9th of May, is Europe Day, a celebration of our continent's peace and unity. Europe now faces more profound challenges than at any time since the Schuman Declaration. With the sovereign debt crisis still overshadowing Europe's efforts to recover from recession, and with many member states witnessing political upheaval, Europe Day this year has been a chance for MEPs to underline their deep commitment to a stronger and more united Europe. Our group's chairman, Joseph Daul, called on EU leaders to rise to the challenges our continent is facing.
Today more than ever we are linked to each other, we show solidarity towards each other, are responsible for each other. That implies budgetary convergence, which is already underway, but it also implies fiscal and social convergence.
Earlier, Mr. Daul held a joint press conference with European Commission President José Manuel Barroso, European Council President Herman Van Rompuy, and former European Parliament President Hans-Gert Pöttering, who was also Mr. Daul's predecessor as EPP Group Chairman. This show of unity by the most senior EPP politicians in the European institutions was also a demonstration that the EPP political family has the strength and the will to lead Europe towards more stability and prosperity, with an agenda set out by Mr. Daul.
We know very well what is necessary: completing the single market, investing in research and development to remain among the top economies in the 21st century, and reducing red tape to free up the potential of our companies, particularly SMEs.
This weekend, the EU institutions will be open to the public as part of the celebrations for Europe Day. Now, in these times of crisis, the EU is more aware than ever of the need to show that it spends taxpayers' money responsibly and appropriately. That's why MEPs from our group have taken a leading role in scrutinising the annual accounts of the EU institutions and agencies. This democratic oversight ensures that the EU continues to improve its financial management. MEPs debated various reports this week on what is known as the discharge procedure, approving the accounts of the various EU institutions and agencies. At a time of austerity, the Parliament has been more careful than ever in analysing the spending of taxpayers' money. Christopher Fjellner, a Swedish MEP from our group, is responsible for the most substantial discharge report on spending by the European Commission.
The biggest problem we have right now is in cohesion, shared management. The problem with shared management is that it tends to be a little bit the same way as when me and my sister were shared managing cleaning the home, our home when we were younger. Shared management, shared responsibility became no one's responsibility, and that is something that we have to put an end to.
MEPs also approved the abolition of Europal TV, the Parliament's web TV channel, in order to save money and because of poor audience figures. Now, if you're heading abroad this summer with your smartphone, good news. For the first time, the European Union has regulated the cost of data downloads for customers who are roaming or outside their normal country of residence. Also this week, the Parliament has backed a report to enhance protection for EU ships threatened by piracy. We recently made reports about both these subjects, and you can find them on our website under the Events section. The European Commission says that mobile operators are profiteering by imposing disproportionate and excessive prices for data roaming. So from July this year, data downloads for roaming customers will be capped at 70 euro cents per megabyte. That will fall to 45 euro cents next year and just 20 euro cents in 2014. Parliament's rapporteur on this dossier is German EPP member Angelika Niebler.
Our EPP group always wanted a digital market, a digital economy here in Europe, not only in the United States, but here in Europe. And for that, we supported the digital agenda of the European Commission. And one key issue of this digital agenda is actually having no roaming charges at all in the European market.
In the past few years, piracy has re-emerged as a major threat to shipping in some parts of the world. The EU currently operates an anti-piracy mission off the Horn of Africa, complementing the efforts of NATO. MEPs this week approved a report calling for a more effective and better coordinated approach to the problem of piracy. The report's author, EPP member from Greece Georgios Koumoutsakos, welcomed the vote as a sign of how seriously the EU now takes the threat.
It's a threat to international trade, a threat to shipping, a threat to regional stability and peace. So I think that it is of particular importance that the European Union and the European institutions take a clear stance.
The EU's NAVFOR mission off the Horn of Africa has now been extended until 2014. Well, that's all for now from the Parliament's plenary session here in Brussels. We'll be back in a couple of weeks in Strasbourg, where we'll bring you more news about the Parliament and the EPP Group's role in driving forward the political agenda. For more information about our group's activities, please visit our website, eppgroup.eu. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.